Hello everyone, welcome back to LEGO Batman 3. Today is the final part. So, today, stop doing the animation Batman please. Today, we're going to do the character showcase and purchase all remaining characters. So, oh my god, you did it again already? That's insane. Obviously, starting off with Batman, obviously the main playable, well, the namesake of this game really, isn't it? So, not really gonna, I'm gonna gloss over most of the characters that we've already unlocked because we've already seen them, except for some of them. But obviously Batman has his suits and such, and we'll just gloss over them like that. We're not gonna have a look at them because we've seen what they all look like. So yeah, moving on. Robin, once again, just for his suits, and I'd say out of all his suits, the most useful suit is the tech suit. And I guess technically the hazard suit, I suppose. So yeah. Next, Alfred. We do play as him in the second mission, in the very second mission, but you know, he's got obviously his shield ability. And then we've got Green Lantern, of course, once again. Pretty much all Lantern characters in this game have a beam, plus... not all of them have a ball like this, so this is actually quite useful for certain puzzles. Although, ironically, I never used him once for that type of puzzle, but there you go. Next, we've got Martian Manhunter. So he's got a scanning ability, which I hate. And he can also grow into his true form. That's the word I think the game uses. Next we've got Cyborg. Again, my most useful, the most useful character in this game for sure, because he's got explosives, he's got sonar, he's got flight, he's got this, going invisible or stealth. That literally says it right there, doesn't it? He's also got magnet as well as giant form and electricity. So 100% definitely the most useful character. This is not that useful because he can't really attack in this form. He can use his beam, but that's pretty much it. But the other reason why he's so useful, so let's just switch to this suit, is that when you have unlimited flight or he has fuel in his bank, as it were, he can auto switch to his flight suit by double pressing for the flight, which he's the only character in the game that can do that in that sense. Obviously you have characters like Superman that can fly, but it's not the same because he's got lots of different suits, which does make Cyborg the most useful character apart from stealth. Okay, next is the Flash. So he's not as fast in this game as in DC Villains, and I do think that it's not really represented very well, but he can use the speed thingies, you know, the treadmills. Next, Superman. Now, of course, flight, beam, freezing. Pretty useful, actually. I don't know why the camera did that when I did that. And, of course, he can switch to Clark Kent. Next, Wonder Woman. Again, flight. She's also got the ability to throw. Can we aim at something? Nope. Her headband thing, whatever it's called. And of course, she's also got her deflector wrist things, whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called. Next is Killer Croc. I do prefer the version from DC Villains, but one thing I do like about this version is when he grabs a rock, he'll do it with his face, which is kind of cool. That did no damage. Right, Joker then. Again, got all his suits. Now, he's got some of the same suits. He's got some of his own ones, like the decoy suit. But he's also got a demolition suit, as well as an electricity suit. He's also got a flower suit, which is his mind control. So if we need a character for mind control, you could use this suit. Obviously, Martian Manhunter also has that ability. He's also got a light suit, a magnet suit, and a sphere suit. Next, Joker. Not Joker, sorry. I mean Lex Luthor. He's also got suits. think this is the last character who will have suits. So he's got a tech suit. He's got a stealth suit, which actually is useful because he's not... he actually goes invisible. He's also got a space suit, but unfortunately, even though infinite flight is a thing, yeah, if we switch out of that into any other suit, unfortunately, he can't just auto switch, which makes sense because Cyborg is like obviously half. Cyborg is obviously half a cyborg, so therefore he can switch easily like that. You can also actually switch suits by pressing L2 and R2 or T and RT. I was trying to think what the Xbox ones were. Next, Plastic Man. So he's got flight, but I always choose not to fly with him because he uses a aeroplane, and I think it's too loud. But of course, he's most useful for collecting all the red bricks in the game, which of course we did do a dedicated part to. He can switch into whatever this is. Next, we've got Cheetah. So she doesn't have... She's pretty basic. There's not really any major abilities apart from digging, really. Which I guess makes sense. Next is Firefly. So he can fly, hopefully, because he's called Firefly. I do like how he flies. It's kind of cool, actually. He's also got Heat Beam. That's pretty much it, though. Next is Solomon Grundy. He's one of 2 characters in the base game and one of 3 characters overall that can go through those, I don't know what you'd call them, but the little the little things in the ground that allow you to get objects to help you with certain puzzles. So yeah, later on we'll get to the other people that can do it. Next, Ace the Bat Hound. Pretty good. He's got a scanning ability as well. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and of course he can dig. Then we've got Adam West, of course, the person that we save throughout the entire game. So, also, this animation's kind of cool, though I do feel the animations do play too often, like I said, but there you go. No particular abilities for him, unlike Stanley in the Lego Marvel games, but oh well. Next, we've got Alfred 1966 for 45,000 studs. And he's just the same as the other Alfred, same abilities. Then we've got Ambush Bug for 25,000. Then we've got Aquaman for 250,000. Oh my goodness. He's got a really cool ability when you press circle. I don't even know what it's supposed to do. But there you go. He can also go underwater and other stuff as well. Next we have Archillo for 200,000. He's a yellow lantern. And all lanterns have the ability... He's got a clap. All lanterns have the ability to use a beam, like I said earlier. And for the first time, this is the first game that introduced this, Big Figs can fly. So, pretty cool. Next we have the Atom. Again, most useful for shrinking down rather than using mini characters, because I found that that particular one is a bit buggy. Next we have Atrocitus for 1 million studs. There's actually a cheat code for him in this game, so if you wanted to get him right near the beginning and not have to pay a full 1 million studs for him, then you can do that. Also, that's kind of cool. So he doesn't have a clap, he has this ability where he shoots out his little rhino friend. He can also fly, of course. So yeah. Next we have Bane. Of course, I showed him earlier with his Big Fig form. So I do like the sound that he uses when going into it. Next we have Bat Cow for 50,000 studs. He basically attacks with his head. He's got a cool marking on the side there, little star. which is kind of cool. Doesn't have it on that side, just this side. Next, we have Batgirl for 225,000 studs. Again, pretty much the same abilities as Batman, so nothing too special there. Then we have Batgirl 1966, which is basically just the brightly coloured version. Then we have Batman 1966, once again, the brightly coloured version. This version of him does have a bomb. So, pretty good. Next we have Batman Darkest Night for 150,000 studs. So he's basically a lantern, so of course he can fly, and he's got the beam. He does not, however, have what Green Lantern has. He just has a little shield. Next we have Batman Joker Disguise, which means he can't use his suits, unfortunately, but he's still got his Batarang. Batarang, yeah. Next we have Batman Zeranar. I think that's how you pronounce that. Again, got all the same abilities. Although he does have a purple Batarang, which is pretty cool. Did it again, didn't I? Next I have Batmite. He can fly, and I don't really think he has very many other abilities other than flight. Of course, you unlock him for completing all of his missions with it throughout the levels and the Hall of Justice free roam mission as well. Next, we have Beast Boy for 150,000 studs. So he's can go into a gorilla. And he can't switch to flight automatically, which I think should be something you can do. You can only do it whilst in regular form. And he turns into a bird. He can also turn into a shark when going into water, which is pretty cool. And I think there's another time where I think he can turn into a snake, but I can't remember how to trigger that. Okay, next is Black Adam for 250,000 studs. He's obviously can fly, and he's got an infinite electricity beam. So what makes him useful, or would be useful, as well as someone like Shazam, is unlike Cyborg, who cannot use electricity panels whilst in flight, Black Adam and Shazam can do that. Next, we've got Black Canary for 20,000. She can't fly. But oh well. She's obviously got her little screams. She's the base game equivalent of if you don't want to use one of Batman or Cyborg's suits. Then we got Black Hand for 500,000, so quite expensive actually. Again, all the same Lantern abilities. Next we have Black Manta for 50,000. I feel like instead of having him be one of the characters in the level, in the first level, he could have been the character token you got for completing Aquaman's last mission, or the last mission in the in the Batcave, which is from Aquaman. I feel like that would have made sense, but they didn't do that. Next, Bleeze for 120,000. She can fly. I assume it's a she. I've always assumed it was. And I'm assuming that she also has a beam. Yeah, but it's slightly different. And her circle ability is just a shield. Although it doesn't cover her wings, so that's interesting. Next we have Blue Beetle. So he's got a shield, which again, if you don't want to use Lex Luthor for that, you can use Blue Beetle. And then we've got Booster Gold, who's also got a shield and a heat beam and can fly. Next, Brainiac. He's the only character in the game that can shrink, which is kind of annoying. I wish there was at least a DLC character or another character such as Brainiac Minion that could do it as well. But never mind. So, speaking of Brainiac Minion, 15,000 studs. See, their one's just a normal gun. It's not a shrink gun. Like, if we aim at our second player here, it doesn't actually shrink them, which is unfortunate, because I'm pretty sure in the base game, or, like, in the level, specifically Big Trouble in Little Gotham, it is. But, you know, whatever. Bronze Tiger is next for 75,000. I don't really feel like he has anything too particular. He probably can dig, though, I imagine. Bruce Wayne for 25,000. Same model as from Lego Batman 2. Captain Cold for 150,000. Once again, another character that can use ice. So if you don't want to use one of Batman or one of Batman's suits, you can. I think, is Batman the only one who has an ice suit? I know that Robin doesn't, and I know that Cyborg doesn't. So I guess so. Next, we have 3 versions of Catwoman, starting with Catwoman herself, which is the base game version. It's just a standard edition. Comes from the Free Roam Batcave Free Roam area. Next, we have Catwoman 1966. Oh, that went by quick.
Catwoman.
So this is obviously unlocked for getting one of the characters within the 1966 bonus level. And finally, we have the Catwoman pre-52.
Catwoman.
That's really annoying. So all 3 versions can do a scanning ability, and she's got a whip. My favourite version is definitely the pre-52. Next, we've got Cheetah Robin Disguise for 5,000. So all the same abilities as the regular Cheetah, but just with the Robin Disguise on. Not really sure why she's got that, since she's just stays at the thingy. I'm trying to think what it's called. That was kind of cool. You know, the breaking the ice level, the Fortress of Solitude. Next, we have Cheshire. Okay. So here she is. I don't really feel like she has anything too special. Again, I'm imagining maybe she can dig, but I'm not sure. Next, we've got Composite Superman for 1.5 million. So far, the most expensive character. This is a combination of both Superman and Batman. Although he doesn't have any of this Batman suits, he just has the abilities of Superman. So although this is my favourite version of the alternate versions of Superman, so pretty cool. Next, we have Condiment King for 50,000. He literally shoots ketchup and mustard. So, and that's pretty much all he has. He can't fly, he can't do anything like that. Next, we've got Croc Henchman for 10,000 studs. Again, nothing special with them. Next, we've got Cyborg Superman for 2.5 million, so the most expensive character so far. Oh, maybe this one's my favourite, actually. This one I feel like I have a connection to, because I remember seeing the Batman or the Justice League animated series, or whatever it was called, that had him in it. And there are so many memorable episodes from that show that I haven't seen in a while, actually. I should probably try and find a way of watching it. Next, we've got Deadshot for 750,000. This is the base game version, not the DLC. I kind of think I do prefer the DLC version. He's got a scanning ability as well, but I won't show that. Next is Deathstroke for 450,000. So he's got a scanning ability. I guess I will show that one. And he's got his gun. So, pretty good. Next, we've got Detective Chimp for 65,000. He's also got a scanning ability. And his one's black, which is the same as Batman 1966 also has a scanning ability, but it can only be activated when it actually needs to be. Which I think is how they should have done it for the entire game, because there are certain times in the free roam where I accidentally scanned, but I wasn't quite on target properly, so I had to rescan something. Oh, well, never mind. Next is Dexter. Oh, sorry about that audio bug. He can fly, because of course all lanterns can fly. And he's the only one actually... Oh, wait, no, he does have a beam. And he has no circle ability other than the holding circle ability for the beam there. He can throw red beams like that as well. Next is Dr. Fate for 350,000. Can he fly? Yes, he can fly. He's also got a beam. And I think, can he scan? No, he can't. Doomsday for 1.2 million. Or 1.25. Again, just another large, big fig here. No, nothing too special. Apart from the lore, obviously. Next is Etrigan for 650,000. He can't fly. But oh well. Next is Firestorm for 350,000. He's got a heat beam, and I believe he can fly. Yep. Next, we've got Frankenstein for 135,000. That's pretty cheap. Would have expected him to be a character that would have been like a bit, at least a good 300,000 or so. He's actually got quite a lot of abilities. So he's got a gun, which does rapid fire. He can also pick up a rock because he's a big fig, and pretty much all of them can do that. He doesn't have anything else other than that on circle, so he's also got his sword, so that's pretty good. Next, we've got two characters. We've got Jim Lee and Jeff Johns. So Jim Lee has arrows shoot out of his hands. He's also got... No, he doesn't have a detective mode, but he can fly. He's also wearing a Superman shirt, so that's pretty cool. Next is Jeff Johns, who's got an ice gun. And can do detective mode, so that's pretty cool. Next, we've got Giganta for 1.2 million. Which is more expensive than I was expecting. Obviously, she's... can grow gigantically. She's the only character in the game that can grow this size. So that's pretty cool. Next, we've got Gorilla Grodd for 250,000. I prefer the version from DC Villains in my opinion, but there you go. Next, we've got the Grey Ghost for 500,000. He's also got detective mode. You know, for someone who kept cutting out detective mode so that it wouldn't show up in my videos. I mean, I didn't do it for all of them, but there you go. I keep seemingly showing it off. Then we've got Grayson for 130,000. I'm assuming this is supposed... Oh, no, it clearly isn't. Next, we've got Green Arrow. He's obviously got his arrow. Then we've got Green Lantern. Again, all the Lantern abilities. To be fair, I do wish that I could play as him and in some form of New Game Plus mode where I could play as him and do all the missions as him and stuff, but you literally can't lock him until you do all of his missions, so it's impossible. But pretty cool. Harley Quinn is next. She's got her abilities. So pretty cool. Next, we've got Hawk Girl. I didn't say the price. Oh dear. She can fly and that's pretty much it actually. She's got a mace which electrifies. Next, we've got Hawkman for 50,000, so I'm going to make the assumption that Hawk Girl is also 50,000. It's literally exactly the same abilities. Next, Heat Wave for 32,000. So another character that has a heat beam. And that's pretty much it. Okay, next we have Hush for 50,000. At least I think it was 50,000. I actually didn't read that. He's got detective mode as well. Next, Indigo 1. Maybe on another playthrough, not on my channel, but just another playthrough in general, I might try and play as some of the other characters a bit more often, because I tend to just stick to my usual ones, particularly Cyborg, but oh well. Alright, fourth row then. Indigo Tribe Warrior for 25,000. Interestingly, they cannot fly. They don't have a land. They don't have any. They actually don't have any rings, so they can't do lantern powers. Next, we have John Stewart, which is another Green Lantern, 250,000. So in this game, he's just called John Stewart, but in Lego DC Supervillains, he's called Green Lantern John Stewart. He's got all the same abilities. Next is the Joker 1966. And he's got infinite electricity, which is pretty useful. That can happen quite a lot. Now we've got the Joker Batman disguise, of course, our very last character in the previous part. So he's got his gun still. Again, he was just stuck in Superman's lair thing, whatever it's called, the Fortress of Solitude. I keep forgetting what it's called. I don't know, so I don't really know why he needed this disguise, but it's a thing. Next, we have 3 versions of the Joker's henchman. So we've got the Joker Space Henchman, as well as... There we go. You can actually show it. So this version, no matter where you are, whether you're on the moon or not, will always walk like this, as if he's on the moon. Next, we've got the Clown Henchman. And finally, we've got the Mime Henchman. Next, we've got Calabac for 125,000. Oh god, I need to zoom out. Cool. Kevin Smith for 125,000. He's got a... Yeah, that is a sonar beam. I thought you'd be able to do it. Next is Kid Flash for 250,000. This is the comics version rather than the version from the DC Arrowverse, which... that version does make an appearance in DC Villains, though. This version's also in DC Villains, but as a DLC. Well, a version of him, anyway. Next, we have Killer Moth for 15,000. He can fly. And he's got a gun, and I think that's it. Yeah. Next, we've got Killer Wog for 250,000. So he's got all the same lantern abilities. He can fly, got the beam, and then when you press circle, he'll do a clap. So yeah. Next, we've got Crypto the Super Dog. He can fly, and he's got detective mode. Next, we've got White Lantern for 150,000. So that actually rounds up all of the different lantern colours, I think. Actually, no, it doesn't. We've still got pink and some others as well. So it's got all the same lantern abilities, as I say. Next, we have Laughley's for 1 million. Again, all the same abilities. Next is Lexbot. I've always said I prefer the version from Lego Batman 2. This version, however, can fly, which the other version couldn't, so that's nice. Next, we've got 2 versions of Lex Luthor's disguise. We've got his Hawkman disguise and Wonder Woman disguise. So this version, weird enough, this version, when you press circle, will do a laugh. It's the only version of him that can actually do this. I wish all versions did that. Next, we've got Lobo for 300,000. I think that's a lot cheaper than how much he costs in DC Villains, but there we go. He has no dialogue in this game compared to DC Villains. I actually quite like his quest in DC Villains. Next, we've got the Mad Hatter for 150. So Mad Hatter shoots out cards, which is kind of cool. That's pretty much it, although when he jumps, his hat does go up in the air, so I guess that's kind of cool. Next, we've got the Man Bat for 25,000. So another character that can do... another character that can... Can he fly? Oh, he can fly. Fantastic. Another character that's got sonar abilities. Next, we've got Manchester Black for 30,000. So, he's got a shield and a beam. I don't know what type of beam this is. Is it a melt beam? Well, it doesn't seem to affect her. Next, we've got Metallo for 325,000. He hasn't got any... Oh, he's got a beam. I wonder if you hit Superman with this, if it would kill him. Oh, well, I guess I'll find that out later. Next, we've got Miss Martian for 50,000. She's also got a scanning ability, which makes sense, because so does Martian Manhunter. She does not have the ability to go into her true form. Next, we've got Mr. Freeze for 75,000. Of course, he's got ice abilities. Next, we've got Mr. Mixiolus Pitalik.
Mr. Mixius Pitlick!
It's Pitlick, not Pit. I would say Pitalik, but it's Pitlick. He's the second of two characters in the game that are from the 5th dimension. The other one obviously being Batmite. Next we have Music Meister. So he's got a little music beam. Which damages their ears apparently. Don't really know what that would be useful for. Next we've got Nightwing for 275,000.
Nightwing!
Cool. And next row, which is the second to last row of the main roster. So starting us off with Orange Construct Warrior for 20,000. So can they fly? They absolutely can fly. That makes sense because they could fly in the base game. No shield or beam though. Interesting. Next we've got Orion for 750,000. So he can fly with his little chair thing, and he's got a beam. And what does his circle ability do? Nothing. Next we've got a Parasite for 175,000. Too many ummings, that one. So he's got a little thing there, and he can't do anything else. Pretty much just that. He can't fly. Next, we've got the Penguin and the Penguin 66. Notice how on characters where there's more than one in one roster, I'm not saying the price. That's a mistake. I keep forgetting to do it. Oh well. Probably about 40,000, 50,000 maybe.
Penguin!
That's cool. Next we've got Platinum. What abilities does she have? Can she fly? Nope. Oh, okay, she's got stretchy abilities. Oh, okay. I completely forgotten about that. So basically that means she can actually go through grates and stuff as well, which is pretty good. Next we have Poison Ivy. Obviously useful for some of the free roam and free play activities. Or necessary, I should say. Next we have Polka Dot Man for 150,000. Sorry, no, 15,000. Much cheaper than 150,000. So he can go into a ball like this as well, which is pretty good. And he can also fly. So that kind of does make him a little bit useful in some sense, but there you go. Next we have the Question for only 8,500. One of the cheapest characters in the entire game. I reckon it's probably because most people would expect to just complete the activity since they have access to that area of the watchtower. But I obviously left it till last. Well, second to last, sorry. Next we have the Reach Warrior for 5,000. So actually, no, never mind. He's not the cheapest, but he's pretty close. Just a gun, nothing too special with that. Next we've got Red Hood for 250,000. Oh, he double jumps. Cool, cool. And he's got... No, he doesn't have detective mode, okay. Next we've got Red Lantern Warrior for 10,000. So there you've got a beam. And they can fly. And again, pretty much all the same lantern abilities. Next is Red Tornado for 23,000. I love Red Tornado. Remember when I first watched the Justice League animated series and saw him for the first time, I didn't understand who he was, and now I do. Pretty cool. Next, we've got Reverse Flash for 125. Basically just the opposite of the Flash. Nothing too special. Next, we've got the Riddler. Oh, she's dead. Nice. Next, we've got the Riddler 1966 for 100,000. Okay. Basically it's similar, but just without the hat. Next, we've got Robin at 1966. His main ability that he has is he's got magnet abilities, so yeah. Next, we've got Robin Lex Luthor disguise. The fact that he's still got the R for Robin in the centre kind of defeats the point. But oh well. Next, we've got Saint Walker. Another lantern with the same abilities. Next, we've got Shazam. Who can obviously turn into Billy Batson. And as I mentioned earlier, has got his electricity abilities. Next, we've got Sinestro for 250,000. Of course, he can fly, and he's got all the same abilities. See how he's holding it in his left hand instead of his right hand, though, because he's left-handed. So, pretty cool. Next, we've got the Sinestro Corpse Warrior for 20,000. No beam for them. Interesting. Next, we've got Stargirl for 15,000. She does have a beam. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And look at the animation that she does. That's kind of cool. Nothing else. I think... Well, actually, can she fly? Oh, she can fly, actually. Next, we've got Star Sapphire. Which she's going to automatically start flying because I'm already flying. So that's another lantern. Next, we've got Superboy for 325,000.
Superboy!
All the same abilities as Superman. And last for this row, we've got Supergirl and Supergirl Classic for 325,000 and 115,000 respectively. So here's our standard appearance. So of course she's got all the same abilities that Superman has. And the other one, of course, is her classic appearance. So, to be fair, I think I'm not sure which one I prefer. Next, we've got Superman Solar Suit for 1 million. Basically just a black suit variant of him without a cape. Ironically, this would actually fit quite nicely with Faye and the rest of the Man of Steel DLC characters. Next, we've got two versions of Swamp Thing. So we've got his pre-50... Oh, is this... he's the second character that can also use that same thing I was talking about with Solomon Grundy. And of course, and that's New 52. And then we've got his standard appearance. So I think I prefer his standard appearance. But hey. Thunderer for 3,500. No particular abilities with them. Tim Drake for 35,000. Again, no particular abilities. Toyman for 20,000. Again, no particular ability. Oh no, he's got a beam. Okay. Next is Trickster for 40,000. No particular abilities with him. Next, we've got Ultra Humanite for 500,000. Damn. Just a sound a big thing. Next, we've got Vibe for 75,000. I was going to say I don't remember getting Vibe, but that's because he was one of the characters within a level, and that has been such a long time now. Well, not quite, but still, I'd forgotten. He's got sonar abilities, by the way. Next, we have Wonder Girl for 25,000. She's got the same abilities as Wonder Woman. Apart from she can't throw anything, but there you go. Next, we have Wonder Woman Cheetah Disguise. Again, she's one of the two characters that are the disguises that you actually get unlocked from playing as her, which is weird. I don't know why. Okay, right. So next we have Zamaron Warrior for 7,500. Nothing in particular. No lantern abilities. And last but not least, second to last but not least, Zatanna for 85,000. She's quite similar to, yeah. Oh yeah, she's got all those abilities. And finally, we have the Fierce Flame for 1,000 studs. That's it, just 1,000. Probably that might be the cheapest. And there she is. Let's head to the watchtower. Let's head into this room over here for the first time. So let's get it. Trophy earned, the green room.
West? Thank goodness I'm here to provide some real celebrity star power.
Yes. Trophy earned, bats all folks, for witnessing the 100% stud fountain. And there is the platinum trophy, world's finest. We did it. We did it. How long does this go on for, do you think? Okay, well, this is going to go on forever, isn't it? So we don't need to keep doing that. And we did it. Apart from that hiccup at the end and the trophy, one of the trophy clips not showing up, we did it. So if you did enjoy this video and this series, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all for the next series, which is going to be LEGO Star Wars for Skywalker Saga. So yes, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.